Hey, what's up you guys? I'm Andrew and this is my boyfriend Oliver.
Hey guys.
So Oliver and I were just talking about dependent relationships and we thought it was important to us to make a video to just kind of talk about our thoughts on it.
Yeah.
So this is going to be more of a chatty video. I personally think that dependent relationships are really unhealthy. It doesn't matter if one person is dependent on the other or if both are dependent on each other. And I'm not saying that not to utilize your partner, not to ever use them. I'm just saying to be solely dependent on them is really unhealthy. To feel like if that person died or left you, you wouldn't know what to do with yourself. Yeah. It's okay that if they left you to be sad, but to be in a position where if they were to be gone, you couldn't function, that's really unhealthy. So I think the first part is recognizing the fact that you are in a dependent relationship. So what do you think are some signs of that?
I think a good sign is when your partner is gone and you get home from work or whatever and you have nothing, like you're just wishing, constantly waiting for them to get home. Like
a puppy dog.
Yeah, like you're waiting for your partner to get home so you can start doing something. Like, whereas you could be doing something that you are passionate about on your own time. Like when you're at work, I go to the gym and I do my own things. Like I like to be organized and have things clean, so I'll do those things, you know.
Right. It's not that you don't miss me when I'm gone. It's just it's not like your day doesn't revolve around me. He doesn't wake up and then it's like, oh, I can't wait for Andrew to get home so I can start my day. It's like his day is gonna start with or without me, and then whenever I am present, you just enjoy our time and our company. And
yeah, it's just like an added bonus. Like I am my own person, but then I get to share parts of my life with you, and still like know who I am. Like, if not to say this will ever happen, because I really don't think it will. But if we were to ever break up, I would still be a fully functioning human, and I would be able to get my act together and, you know, carry on my life, as would you, you know? So
we choose each other, we don't need each other. If we're being completely honest, whenever our relationship first started, we had more of a dependency-based relationship, at least from my point of view, because I was constantly just wanting to be with Oliver all the time. If there was any free time and he wanted to do something else, I wouldn't get mad at him, but I would just feel like upset, like it just in my own head, kind of like, well, you know, that's time that we could be spending together. And it's not like I would complain about it. It was just a feeling that I had of like, as much time as we could get together, I needed that.
And you don't think that was at all because of like the honeymoon phase or anything somebody says it might be? You think it was because you were...
I think it's because I didn't. I had this hole. I had this hole that it used to be occupied by TV before him. That was what I would do, is I would watch TV, and then Oliver came around and it was like, this is better than TV, so this is just now occupying that hole. But I think what it really was is I needed to find something that I was passionate about, that I enjoyed doing, because ever since I started YouTube and I started doing that and having my own thing, I don't worry about him. Like if we could be together on our day off, and if he was like, I'm gonna go to the gym, I'd be like, okay, I'm gonna work on some stuff on YouTube. I would have something to, and it's not that it's, I guess it is filling a hole in a way, but it's meant to be filling that hole. I was supposed to be filling the hole with a purpose, not with a person.
Yeah.
That was a mistake that I was making.
Yeah, it's something that you're passionate about and you found, it's just something that you would do regardless of if I was here or not, you know?
Yeah, exactly, exactly. If whether or not he's gonna be here, I'm gonna do YouTube.
Exactly, like I'm a part of his channel sometimes, but that's, you know, it's still his channel. It's still your content and your passion.
Right, so, it's like you with the gym. I go to the gym with him sometimes, but if I were to wake up and be like, I don't wanna go today, he'd be like, all right, and he would go without me. It's not like, I feel like in a dependency relationship, if he were to say, oh, I want to go to the gym, and I were to say, no, I'm not going today, he'd be like, okay, then I'm not going either, because he's putting me as a priority rather than his passions, which I don't think is healthy. I think it should be your passions, and you should find somebody that's going to drive you further into your passions and support you in your passions, you know,
Yeah.
encourage you. I never tell you, you know, don't go to the gym.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
If we're at work, and every day at work almost, like if we not every day, but because we haven't lately.
Yeah.
But some days at work on my lunch break, we'll just FaceTime for a little bit. And recently, because he's been dedicated towards going to the gym, he's been doing that. And I've never said like, hey, you need to do that after we FaceTime or at a different time, because I'm not gonna get in the way of your passion. It could be that 6 o'clock when I'm on break is just the best time for you to go. And if that's the case, then that's the case. Like, there are other things that I can do in the meantime while you're doing that, you know? And then I'll see you eventually, we'll do things together eventually, it's not a big deal.
You know how when you're in a relationship, or if you see somebody in a relationship and they notice that they are in a dependent relationship, like they notice it, a way to like, what would be a way to
get out of it?
Get out of that, to fix that, like,
yeah.
I mean,
that's a good question.
I don't have an answer, but we can discuss. That's where I was leaving. Sorry.
Yeah, no, that's fine. I think, what?
That's a good question.
That's the time.
I know.
Oh. That's a good question. That's a good question.
No, don't do that.
Okay. No, that is a good question though. You just want some acknowledgement.
No, it's just like, it was a good transition.
I know,
so like,
I'm just teasing. Okay.
And I ruined it.
No. That's a good question. No. Okay. So that is a good question. I think that if you're in a dependent relationship, the best way to get out of it is to just find your passion. You don't have to necessarily break up with that person, because it could be that they were in a situation like we were, where we were both just dependent, and it's not because that's the relationship that we were striving for or anything like that. It was just we didn't have our passion and we weren't working towards our passion. So I think just kind of try doing different hobbies, you know, try painting, try, you know, learning an instrument, try going running. Exercise is great. Try, you know, making YouTube videos, doing whatever you want in your free time, becoming an expert at something, whatever topic. But just try something, try a couple of things out, and then once something clicks, just kind of stick with that, and then really just tell your partner like, hey, I need to be honest with you. I think that we're a little dependent on each other. And I think right now, it's not that I don't want to be with you, it's that I want us to both have different goals and then help push each other towards those goals. And if they say something negative like,
towards it, then you know it's just not,
it's not a good fit. You're a driven person and you're gonna want goals, and you should absolutely want somebody that's going to help you with that. And if they aren't that person, then
they're not that person.
And I know it's hard, especially if you've been with them for a long time, but ultimately in the long run, you need somebody that's going to be on the same page with you. And
those dependent relationships that continue to be dependent, they're the relationships where you see communication issues. And, you know, because if you were to be a person in a kind of relationship like that and notice that there is an issue and not say anything about it, you're not doing anybody any good. And there's a lack of communication, and that's stemming from somewhere. So the fact that we were able to get out of that,
it's healthy.
I mean, we talked about ways that we made lists. We talked about ways to, you know, get ourselves out of our own funk and like be able to bring that energy and use it to boost our relationship and ourselves. You know?
I love that. I'm sorry. I love that. I love that.
I was waiting for you to get through your list of things so I could get there.
No, sorry.
It's okay.
That's, yeah, we really did. And it's not to say, I mean, we definitely didn't have the healthiest relationship. We still don't, because we want to always continue to grow a healthier relationship, you know? We're still just...
We work through little
learning.
issues that we have.
Right, we try really hard to prevent issues. We're getting off topic. Sorry. Anyways, dependency. So, what do you think is a good way to get out of a dependency relationship?
Like, if you want to continue dating that person and you see an issue, then you definitely have to, if there's an issue where you can't communicate with them, grow a pair and find a way to do it, because that's the only way you're going to save your relationship and make things work. But you also have to like realize that you have to find something that is for you, and you it drives you. And if that's, you know, something that is away from your partner, then that's the way it is, and your partner either supports you or they don't, and that's how you decide whether that relationship is worth saving or if it's like a toxic one that needs to just be left in the past with your other exes.
Where they're like signing out, pressing the button like, you didn't make it.
I've been there.
Yeah, I know. But really, truly, like I think that's it's crazy, and I'm not saying it like it's easy. It's never easy to leave a relationship that you're comfortable in for something that you're unsure of.
You might still love them too. It's just like,
and I'm not even saying, we are not saying you have to leave that person.
Yeah.
We're saying that you really just need to sit down and make sure you're on the same page.
Yeah.
You don't have to be having the same goal, but have the same goal to want goals, you know? Have the same goals to want to have a healthy relationship.
Yeah.
Honestly, if this person is basically saying, no, I want to stay in this toxic environment, they're not wanting what's best for you, you know? You want somebody that wants the best for you, and there's going to be somebody out there that wants the best for you, but they might totally be on board. It could be something that they just weren't aware of, you know? Maybe you mentioned, hey, I don't think that we're on a good path right now. We're starting to be kind of dependent. I think that we don't need to necessarily take time away, but we need to invest our time in things that are good for us. I really think that you'll notice if you find something that you really enjoy doing, you'll just want to do that more, you know? It doesn't feel like a chore, it doesn't feel like an obligation, it's just something that you're excited to do. And then when your partner starts giving you grief, you're kind of like, I don't really care, I'm enjoying this so much, you know? If Oliver were to be telling me, I'm genuinely so passionate about YouTube, if Oliver were to say to me like, hey, you're doing that too much, I'd be like, piss off. This is like what I want to do, and if you're gonna stand in my way, then you're not the right person for me, because the person that I want would never stand in my way. You know, you need to become so grounded within yourself. And I know a lot of people are like, well, then you don't need to be in a relationship and you need to take time away from them, but I don't necessarily think that's always true. I think that if they're also like-minded like you are and they want a healthy relationship, just work together, you know? And then if it doesn't work out, then it doesn't work out. But I'm not saying you have to break up with them. I'm just saying you need to have an honest conversation and get on that same page.
Definitely. I think that, like, we went through this. We went through it, and we had that conversation. We are on the same page. And now, like, if there's any issue in my head, I never feel that cloud or that like fear of talking to you about it in the slightest way. Like I might, you know, like I used to come off as like a little bit timid and shy, hesitant on like the subject, and it would really make me emotional to talk about, because I was kind of like, I wasn't afraid of you. Like you've never done anything to you know, make me feel that way. It was just like it was just like a thing that we hadn't quite got to yet. But once you get there and you learn that you just need to communicate, like it needs to get out. And anyway, I mean, not in any way, try to make it like
healthy.
Yeah, healthy.
Yeah.
But you know, it just needs to be, you guys just need to communicate. Like that can't be lacking in a relationship.
This is slightly off topic, but whatever, I'm gonna say it anyways. I think a lot of people just assume until you reach a certain age that your relationship isn't serious. You know, even if you're 14, 15, 18, 21, there's just, if you're younger, a lot of people don't take your relationship seriously. I personally think a lot of that has to do with, because that's just the way we're brought up. We're brought up that those relationships don't matter, you know? That, oh, when you're older, you'll get in a serious relationship. But I don't understand why there should be an age limit to start promoting healthy relationships. If you're 12 years old and you're watching this and you have a boyfriend or a girlfriend, that's not too late to start trying to invest good habits within yourself. You know what I mean? To start having healthy relationships. I'm not saying you have to be with that person for life, but I'm also not saying that you're never going to be.
Yeah, like if you really think that you guys could be soulmates and you want to like have the, never mind.
Yeah, great for you. You know, I actually know somebody that has been with her husband. She's in her 40s now, and they've been together since they were 14 years old. So it happens, you know? And I don't want you to feel discouraged just because you're younger. And it's true, a lot of people are not going to take your relationship seriously. Even at our age, we're 21. Yeah. A lot of people don't take our relationship seriously.
If I told my mom that.
Yeah, and it's fine. It is what it is. It's our job to just ignore that, ignore that criticism, and just keep going on our pathway, you know? Why would we let other people's opinions affect what we're doing if it's healthy for us? You know, if in our minds we're happy with it, no one else cares. So I just really hope, no matter what age you're at, whether you're 12 or 60, you know, you try to have that healthy relationship for you and for the other person, because it's not doing either of you favors if you're in that toxic relationship and if you're that dependent on somebody. Really do it for both of you, you know?
Yeah.
So our relationship is obviously very important to us, and it's something that we're really proud of, and we take a lot of time to work on. Yeah, work on, and we always want to become like a power couple. Like,
hell yeah.
We really do. Like, I want to become...
Take the world by storm.
Yeah, just be like, you know, become the healthiest couple that we can be, and just share how we got there. And I know that we're in an early stage, but I don't think it's ever too early to just start talking about it. Yeah. You know?
Yeah. Promote the habits.
Promote the habits. I like that. I love that.
The good habits.
Yeah. I really like making videos like this, so I'm sure that we'll be making more relationship topic videos. So if there's any topics that you would like for us to talk about, you can let us know, or if there's any information, questions, anything, concerns, maybe, I don't know. Questions. But yeah, if there's any questions or even just ideas, like, hey, I think that this is a healthy exercise to do, we would love to hear about those. But for right now, that's about it. So thank you guys so much for watching, and we'll see you later. Bye.
Oh my god.
What was that?
Your hair.
Was it just long?
Yeah. What the fuck? All your other ones are like little short ones.
I don't know.